Hey there, fellow travelers. Mark here with Walter's World, and today we're back in the kitchen. So, how you been? Lots of crazy things coming up this year for travel, for sure. But I thought I'd just hop on here, the last day of January, where we're all trying to be healthy and better people, and la 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 la. Then before February comes, and everyone forgets that they still have a gym membership, and alcohol tastes good, and you know what? Carbs are our friends. It's totally fine, but what I thought I'd do is just hop on for about an hour here today and just answer your questions about traveling things, updates on ETIS, ETA, all those kind of things, so you kind of know what's going on out there. So just want to chat a little bit. Hey, Michael, good to see you. Juan, good to see you. Ronnie Dove, always a pleasure, my friend. Hilda, nice to see you too. But, the ETA system, that is so for those who know that the U.S. has the ESTA program. So if you're from a country, you're coming to the U.S., you have to go online and fill out your information. Are you a good guy? Are you a bad guy? Where are you coming in on? What's your passport information? Give me $15, that kind of stuff. So anybody who comes to the U.S. has to do that, right? And so the UK now has that program, and it's called ETA, ETA. And I have a video on these that I put out when I was in Paris a couple of weeks ago. And ETA, they've changed it because originally it was supposed to be if you were transferring through the UK or if you were staying in the UK, you had to do it. Now they've changed it. It's only if you're going to be staying in the UK, you've got to fill out that ETA form and the thing online before you go. And it's valid for a while. Like that's one thing is the ESTA program, the ETIS program, whenever that does come to the US, and folks, it's not for at least another 6 months because they have to have the EES system working, EES, which is basically like their new computer system for checking passports. That has to be working for 6 months before the ETIS system can actually kick in. So you got a little time. You got a little time on this one, okay? So if you're looking at now, we're the end of January, so February 1st. So you're looking the earliest, if somehow they got it working tomorrow, it would be going in July. So not too worried. But here's the thing. It literally is just going online. Like you probably fill out more information when you're setting up your Amazon account. So nothing too big. You need your passport information. And remember, if you're going to the US if you're going to Europe, the ETIS system will only be valid for 3 years. So every 3 years you got to do it. But you don't have to do it once. Like it's not every trip you go on. It's just that first trip you have it, then you have it. So you're okay. So you'll be okay. All right. So that'll be helpful. So Brian asked, do you have any videos on applying for your passport for first timers? So Brian, what you're going to do is you're going to go online, just look up U.S. passport forms. And if it's for you, I don't know if you have kids or whatever, there's different forms for kids under 16, I think. And then adults, if it's you, you'll fill out the form. You'll need to take a certain number of IDs, and then they'll probably tell you bring a picture, but I would call your passport office, which most likely is your local post office or nearby post office, and ask them, do they take pictures for you? Then you know it's going to work. But you get the picture, take it in, fill out the forms, take a check, because you got to write a check because you got to pay. And sometimes they'll take card too, but take a check just in case that you have to pay for that. And right now, depending when you want to go, it can take anywhere from 4 weeks to 4 months. It's not that long right now, but it's like it can take some time. So they do have an expedited form, so you can say, hey, and you pay a little bit extra, and they ship it to you faster, and they'll ship that to you relatively quickly. Your passport office, your post office, whoever's doing it for you, they'll be able to help you. They'll tell you where you need to go because sometimes it might be your U.S. representative, congressman's office might be a place where you can do that. But it is pretty straightforward, but you'll want to fill out the form beforehand because you can type it all in. So it's nice where you can just print it out and then fill it in. And if you have getting it for your kids, both parents have to go to do that. So that's why I know some people in custody agreements, that's one of the tough things is getting the kid a passport because they won't go together and you have to go together for that. So something to kind of think about, but don't worry about that. Mark Yaklich, any idea when ETIS is going to start? I was just saying the EES system has to work for 6 months before that can start, and that other system hasn't started yet. So we're at least another 6 months away before that actually starts. Okay. Adam Gordon, I'm worried about tariffs, etc., affecting travel. Am I too worried? No, you're too worried. I wouldn't sweat it. Tariffs are tariffs. People that as a for those who know, I'm actually a marketing professor in my day job. Tariffs, basically, the people that get hurt by the tariffs are people in the domestic market because they have to pay a higher price for those goods they want from some other country. So if they put the tariffs on, British wool, then if you want British wool, you're going to have to pay more for that British wool, even though the taxes is paid there. They're going to pass that cost on to you, the person that's buying it. So there is that. Lori asks, new passport picture is faded. Is that an issue? I would get a new one. And if honestly, the person I was asking earlier, I found the best place to go if you're in the US to get a passport picture, go to Staples. They actually have a computer program. They'll take the picture for you there, and they have a computer program that will make it perfect for that. I've done that for my passport, Jocelyn's passport, Kayla's passport, Leah's passport, no issues at all. I highly recommend it. They don't pay me to say that, but their passport thing is the best to go, because if you go to CVS or Walgreens, they take your picture, just some dude taking a picture, and it doesn't always work out. Like we've done that before, and then we had to go and they just retook our picture at the post office. So if you're going to be doing it in, also there at one time you could actually apply online. There's been some issues with that, so that's another thing I'll do. Yeah, I'll shop at Staples now. Yes, yeah. I mean, for that, it's worth it. So let's see. Oh, Mark said, okay, we're heading to Finland next week. Perfect. Do folks in Lapland speak English? Yes. People, yes. Like everyone, like the de facto. So those you know, like there's multiple languages in Finland. You got Finnish, Swedish, and then Laplandish up in the north. But everyone learns English. So like you'll be fine. You'll be totally fine. You have a good time when you're up there. It'll be a little chilly, but you see the Northern Lights. Which is really cool. I remember when I saw the Northern Lights in Finland the first time. It was Finnish Independence Day. It was like December 6th, and they took us through the forest. And like, here's our fireworks. They walked us in this forest, this clearing, and we come out, and there's the green blazing of the Northern Lights. Really cool. So you'll enjoy that, Mark. That'll be cool. Taylor, thank you very much for the super chat. That was very nice of you. Let's see if did I miss your question? Let's see if a question up here. Taylor. I don't see Taylor up here. Well, Taylor, if you got a question, let me know. Hi, Nora. I hope you're doing well. Let's see. All right, here's one. Vink wants to know, any tips on using the bus lines in Brussels? Last time I traveled there a year and a half ago, I got so confused by the bus system at the airport. It took me over an hour to find my bus. Okay, so one thing is this is one in general. I know. I'm saying. Yeah. One thing I would tell you, the bus, if you're looking for like city buses, I would get like City Mapper or City Planner, a guide, like an app on your phone will tell you what to do. Or actually, I've found in like big cities in Europe, like Brussels, Paris, the Google Maps is really good at telling you which bus is going to be and where your stop is. So that can be helpful. If you're looking for long distance buses, what you have to realize is every company's in a different spot, even at a station. So you got to find out, hey, where is the Flixbus station or the blah, blah, blah car station? It's literally called blah, blah, blah car. Like you have to find out where those are, and that's where it is. And it's not always very obvious. So you want to make sure you look for their signs, and that'll be a little bit more helpful. Or just ask, like if you're there and you see somebody an official thing on a bus, like, hey, where's this one? Even if it's not that bus, like that's not our bus. We're blah, blah car. Flix is over there. And that'll give you an idea. So that can be a little helpful there for you. Hey, Jay, any advice for me going to Boston, New York City for the first time in the summer? I've watched your videos, but I'm wondering if you have any additional tips. So I try to put everything in the videos, but I do have new videos from New York because I was just in New York, I don't know, about a month and a half ago, and we took the family there. So we'll have new videos. What's that? Nothing. And so we'll have. I think I have some more scam videos and things. But if you're going to New York, my buddy John Barr, Here Be Bar, he's got a lot of really good stuff, especially for food. Like if you're looking for restaurants. Because, with my videos, I don't tell you restaurants because I want you to try the food in that location. So I tell you the food that's from there. But he can tell you some good places to check out when you're there. So I'd recommend Here Be Bar. That'd be a good one for there. But like what I have in Boston, New York, you'll be fine. Like I stand behind what I do. And when I make my videos, I make it so it's going to be kind of what we call evergreen. It's going to help you if you're going today, if you're going in 5 years, 10 years. I focus on the consistencies, the culture that can help you out. So let's see. Shay, I'm going to Rome. Assisi's in Venice in June. Nice. Since it's a Jubilee year in the Catholic Church, would you like me to walk through the Holy Door for you so you go straight to heaven like Jocelyn? Yes, please, so I can actually join her there. She's a much better person than I am. See, it's jumping around on me here. Sorry. Peter's saying the UK is looking to raise the fee to 16 pounds. Yeah. Do realize the fees are going to start changing around. Apologies, this thing is jumping around like crazy. All right, James, hi. Next year's our 25th anniversary. Happy early anniversary. We want to go someplace warm and beachy, but what stuff to do beyond the beach? What do you recommend for Europe, South America, and Southeast Asia? Thailand, that would be the one. That's easy go-to one, I'd say that one. South America, if you're going South Central America and you want beach with culture stuff that can be fun, I like Jamaica. I know it's Caribbean. Jamaica is cool. Brazil is good for that. Those would be the ones I would recommend for that. Europe, if you want beaches and culture, well, you could have Lisbon because there's city beaches there. You can go there. Valencia is actually really great culture. Not as many people go there as you think. That'd be another cool one to go to. Could be some fun to help you out. So, Taylor, what are some ways? There's your thing. Thank you for the super chat from earlier. What are some ways you found to keep little kids busy on long flights? So we actually have. If you search for Walter's World toddler travel tips or flying with toddlers, flying with kids, Walter's World. Jocelyn did a video a few years ago, and kids don't change. But the thing is what we do is we help them pack their own little backpack. And in there, you want to get the twistable crayons. So if it breaks, they can just twist and put more. Put a little coloring book in there. Go to the dollar store. Let them pick out new toys from the dollar store because they lose them. Oh no, we're out $1. It's not like their favorite. Like Liam, he had his El Toro Loco when he was little. I'm like, no, we can't. If we lose El Toro Loco, he's going to go loco, right? So have that. So they have those things. One thing I would tell you is, Taylor, do not get them little kid headphones. You know, Target has those in the aisles. Do not get them because they have the volume control sets it so low that they can't hear over the airplane noise. So you need to have real over-the-head earphones for them because the earbuds they give you on the plane aren't going to work. It's too big for their ears. It's uncomfortable. Even Liam now, he's 13. He needs like the over-ear thing so it doesn't fit right. So that would be something I'd help you out. But check out those videos, Taylor. There'll be stuff there. I actually have one. I know when you're flying out, I actually did Jocelyn, I just uploaded it. It's coming out closer to summer travel season. Jocelyn actually put a don'ts of travel with kids on planes to help out with that one. And I have one for dads. Similar video where we're doing a test to see if we do the same video, if she gets worse comments than I do, because she always gets really mean comments. So we were testing something out, but we got things specifically for that, like new ones coming out, but we have old ones too to help you out. CL, thank you very much for the thank you. Hi, Mark. Just want to say thank you so much for all the amazing travel content. You've really helped make things so much easier. I'm so grateful for your inspirational, high quality content. Thank you. That's the thing. I want to put these videos out to help people travel better because there's so many things out there. I mean, Instagram, TikTok are great and they're great for inspiration, but it's hard to really help people travel better in 30 seconds. You know, it's like, oh, look at these great, don't go these places, go here. Duh, 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 duh. But why? What makes them better? Why should I go there? What should I see when I'm there? And that's why I really try to help with our videos to give people the insights so they can make the right travel destination for them, like the right pick. Because sometimes there's places that they look cool, but maybe it's not right for you. You know, there's some cities that are really nice that I'm not a big fan of. So, Adam, do you sell merchandise? Love your channel. There are some T-shirts down below. If you're on a thing, there should be a scroll down below that has some T-shirts where you can buy from there. It's from Teespring. I need to put new ones up there. I know I keep saying that, but I need to get on that. So I apologize. Oh, wait. Hold on. Sorry. James here. Hey, plan on proposing in late August. Very nice. I'm thinking of the Amalfi Coast in Italy, but I think you might have some better ideas in Italy. Yes, Amalfi Coast is too busy. You're not going to get a chance to be romantic there because there's going to be people all over the place, especially in, late August. The Europeans have kind of gone back, but I would look maybe the Apulia Coast, like Alberobello, Matera, Apuliano Mare. That might be better, but because Amalfi, if you're going down there, there's so many people. Now, you can get it if it's in the evening time when the day trippers have kind of gone away. You could do it then. That would be nice. But here's what I recommend to you. And this is one thing, I actually filmed a short when I was in Paris a few weeks ago talking about like best place to get engaged. People think, oh, I'll get engaged when we're on the Eiffel Tower, up the Eiffel Tower, or at the Arc de Triomphe. The thing is, when you're in the Eiffel Tower, it's so packed, you have no room to ask. Like, it's insane when you're going up. Like, it's too crazy. And then then when you go to the Arc de Triomphe, well, everyone's going underneath and the traffic, it's not there. What you want to do is you want to be ready. Okay, you want to be ready because you'll turn a corner and be like, this is where you want to be. Like Jocelyn, when I invite, and you can find me asking her to marry me online. But when I asked her, I had the ring. I'm like, I know it's coming, and she knew it was coming. But we went down this one back alley in Venice, and there's a church from her favorite architect that she learned about in school. And I'm like, this is it. So I set up the camera like I was going to take a picture, and then I was like, oh, will you marry me? So I had the video of it. So that's one of those things. So you want to play when it feels right, not based it on the place, like, but have a rough idea what's there. But yeah, Amalfi can be really busy, so be aware of that. Let's see. Oh, yeah, this is jumping all over the place. I apologize. Quinlan, when do you visit Vietnam? Just made new friends from Saigon. So we're supposed to go there at the holidays this year. So late at the end of the year. So it's going to be a bit. It's not the summertime because I'm not going to go and I'm going to melt, or when it's rainy season or monsoon season. Like, that's one thing that's really important. When you, like, sometimes people get really upset with us. We don't visit certain places, but part of it deals with when we can go. Because I actually have a day job. Like, I'm a professor, so I have to be here when with school's in session. Well, most in session, we get it's school, so we get a lot of time off. But like, in the summertime, I'm not, some of the great places in Asia are great to go, but you don't want to go in July and August. It's either too hot or maybe it's just like monsoon. So there's no, you're throwing your money away. So it's like, we have that Christmas window to do these things when we can get more time. Cause I don't want to go for like 10 days. I want to go for a month, to really see those. So Quinlan, that's when those are coming, my buddy. That's when I'm going to be there. Nope. Sorry. Yeah. So, and thank you very much for the super chat, Quinlan. I appreciate it, my friend. Chris Frankie, another good buddy. Good evening. I found a new destination to add to my list, Ecuador. I haven't searched your history yet, but have you all been there? Yes, we have. And I'll tell you, Chris, that is a great place for ecotourism. They literally have every single biome in the world there. Go to the Cloud Forest. We got videos from the Cloud Forest. We got videos from Quito. We got it from Cuenca. Cuenca is actually very popular. Someone was asked about retirement places. It's a very popular place for Americans to retire when you're there. The coast, there's a coastal city. Don't go to it. Like Guadalajara. I can't think of the name of it right now. Starts with a G. I'd not recommend going there. But Chris, if you're going to go, you can get out to the Galapagos. It is pricey, but you pay for what you get. So you don't want to pay to get the right tour when you go out to the Galapagos. Okay, so give you a heads up for that, my friend. And thank you very much for the super chat, Chris. I appreciate it, my friend. Hilda, your content helps me a lot. I started to travel the U.S. and later to Europe and Asia. I love your videos. Thank you, Hilda. That's very nice of you. Donovan, hey, I'm going to Belize or Costa Rica. Which do you recommend? Yes, I speak Spanish. So Costa Rica has much more adventure tourism, a lot more places to go. Belize, there's three things people do. One, they go to the caves and they do the like rafting in the caves. Two, they go like Key Coker in the Keys and in the Blue Hole, and they go diving and they do the water, which is really nice. And three, they go into Tikal in Guatemala to see that. Those are three big things to see there. Okay. And I'd recommend it. We have videos for all those things. In terms of Costa Rica, like, you learn surf. It's the safest place in Central America. It's the safest place in South America. Well, in Central America for sure. Going there. Jocelyn's actually there right now, visiting friends. I usually tell people they're looking for their first time to Central America. I tell them Costa Rica just because the infrastructure that's there to help you out. So if it's your first time, you'll be good. And your Spanish will be good there. They'll appreciate that. So that's nice. The Helm's Deep. Hi, Mark. Do you have any recommendations for Mont Saint Michel in May? Best way to get from Paris to the palaces in the country near Paris, but not in. Okay, so you could take the RER or the train. It's the RER train. It's like the local train, like regional. It's not regional. It's more like the suburb train that goes out to Versailles and Fontainebleau. Like those 2-day trips you want to do, like those palaces. You can take the RER to those. It's not hard at all. You can do it no problem. I would recommend you get there earlier and go see it, because they're like, oh, with the tour buses come early. The tour buses get there like 10. You're there a bit earlier, you'd be okay. But it's May, it'll start getting busy, but it won't be like summer crowded crazy, so you should be okay. If you're going to Mont Saint Michel, I will say this: it's cool to see, but it can be a bit touristy. Like it is on my list of tourist traps. But you should go. It's a tourist trap that's worth seeing when you are there. But don't think it's going to be one of those things you're going to spend multiple days at. It's like, oh, half day walking around, go all the way up to the Abbey, see that, walk all the way down, see the tourist shops, and if you can see where the water's up and down, that's kind of cool. But that would be my recommendation. Frank and Jen from New Mexico, Kitos. I was a Rotary exchange student in Finland. So was I. I was in Turku. I was a Rotary exchange student in Turku. In Paimio. I know Paimio. Yeah, I lived in Turku and I lived in Rusko. So good times. The 80s, you make my heart happy. I'm glad, my friend. I have new Finland videos coming out. I have some new ones. I did a Finland versus Sweden. Yes, Sweden won for tourists, but Finland #1 is there. But I got some more Finland stuff coming out. I think you'll appreciate if you live there. I have one coming out, Finnishism. What makes Finnish people Finnish? And it talks about Finnish logic, which makes no sense. Just take my word for it. James, thanks, man. I appreciate the super chat. You're very welcome. I'm glad I could help out. I don't know if I answered your questions, though, but hopefully I have some things here. Okay. Justin, hey, Mark, when are you guys coming back to Montevideo, Uruguay? Rudy La Plata misses you. Yeah. So we were back in Argentina recently, and we went back to Brazil quite a few times because I lived with a family in Brazil, and their son lived with my family, so we're very close. And we'd gone to visit, and then the mother passed away, so we went to see those. And then we actually went back again this summer so Caleb could see some of his friends from there. So we get back. Haven't been back to Uruguay for a while, but I do need to get back. You are right. Ruby Collins, no comment. All right, no comment. Thank you, Frank and Jen. I appreciate that. Yes, sorry. And Chris Frank in Guayaquil is the one Michael's talking about. The one that I would not recommend going to when you're there. Simon asks, Mark, you are the stereotypical Midwestern, so nice and helpful. Yes, thank you. I'm glad I am that. I am what I am. I am a Midwestern guy, so you have that. Oh, Brigadier, hush. Do you have any tips for cruising in the Med? Okay, so if you're going to be cruising the Med, don't fall for the trick that we're like, oh, we stop in Rome. They don't stop in Rome. It starts like a ways from Rome, then you have to go in. I would look at smaller cruises, like coastal cruises versus the big ship ones, because you can do a coastal cruise in Croatia, and that's fantastic to do. I'd recommend that. But river cruises, I know that river cruises isn't really Mediterranean, but I would go for the smaller cruise ships when you are there, and do see there's so many on offer, and they very much are tailored. Like if you go Croatia, it's more older and French. If you go some of the other lines, it might be more party. So it's really important, Simon, you really do the research on which ones is right for you. So the Llama Whisperer, how long would it take an average person to get adjusted to the altitude in Peru, Cusco specifically? I would not do anything strenuous the first day. By the end of the second day, third day, you're fine. So you should be fine. Clark wants to know how walkable is Barcelona. It is completely walkable. It's totally flat, and they have a metro to take you all over. You'll be fine. Just watch out for the pickpockets when you are walking around. Henry, what's up, buddy? Thank you very much for the super chat. Mark, hope your evening's going well. For years, I've heard that stores and restaurants close early in Europe. Does that include fast food places in central London, for example? I asked in case I come back late from a tour. No, the fast food places stay open late. They stay open until 10 or 11. There's not really 24 hour. Like central London, you can find stuff. But the shopping, big city, like Portugal stuff was up until 9, 8. But if you're in Scotland, everything's closed at 6. And the Netherlands, 6. You want to nothing's open on Sunday except at the train station. But fast food stuff is open later because people like to drink and have a good time. Henriette, may I suggest you learn the word kebab? Go to the kebab stand and get a kebab. It's one of my favorite things. I have a video coming out on the best snacks in Europe, and kebabs on the list. So you'll be fine with there. There'll always be a way to eat. But if you're coming late from a tour and they're dropping you off by the train station, there's probably gonna be a little kiosk inside that'll have something there too. But there's usually a fast food place, so you'll be good. So and Henry, I have another video I filmed. I was in Paris and I filmed this one. It's best fast food, European fast food restaurants, like Quick from Belgium and what is it? Hesburger in Finland. So I got that video coming out too, buddy. That should help out. Jeffrey, thank you very much, man. I appreciate the love. Brian, are there any places you felt the locals didn't appreciate it when you tried to speak their language? The Dutch. Because the Dutch, and the thing is, it's not that the Dutch are rude. It's the Dutch are efficient. They're like, I don't want to waste time trying you messing up Dutch. Let's just speak English. Like they just switched to it, and they're not. It's like if you ever watch Ted Lasso, there was like a Dutch player. And he's like, we all played well today except for you. We lost because of you. You suck. And they're like, oh man, that's cold. Like no, he's not cold. He's Dutch. So that would be one there. Michael Stein, thank you for the super chat. Flying to Tokyo tomorrow. Cool. I've done ton of research on the popular attractions, but want to know if there was anything else you'd recommend. So, hey guys. So if you're looking for places, I would say, because Tokyo is huge. Like you don't understand how big Tokyo is. It's really important when you're kind of figuring out your trip there. I would pick sections of the city to see and focus on that section. Then the next day, do another section. Then next day, do another section. Because what ends up happening is if you try to do like sections over here and here, this is so far between the two, you waste so much time. You guys, hey, what's up, Jojo? Good to see you. You waste so much time like taking the subway that you kind of lose out. So it's better to do it like that. That would be my best recommendation. If you've already watched our videos on stuff, that would be one I'd really want to like refocus on to help you out. Let's see. Bruno, other places to visit in the Czech Republic. So you go to Karlstein Castle, which is a little day trip from Prague if you're staying there. But Český Krumlov is a gorgeous little town. You can go to Pilsen and you can do the Pilsner Hotel tour. But it's funny because if this picture is the city, like here's the train station, and then like over here is where the brewery is, but then over here is where the old town is. So it's kind of out of the way, but that's a nice one to go. There are some nice things, but I think one of the things people don't check enough out in the Czech Republic, Slovakia, is the nature side, but it's nature. I like it more in the summertime for hiking. That's like a really nice thing to do, Bruno. So hope that can help, my friend. Let's see. Mary Ellen, how are you? Good to see you. Hey, Mark and Jocelyn from Australia. We're going to get down there. We're getting down there. On our way back to Sydney from Tasmania, Australia, New Zealand, next 11 days. Nice. Yeah, one of my friends, he's heading to Tasmania soon too, so I'm jealous. You have fun for me, all right? You don't have to eat any Vegemite for me, though. It's okay. Or Marmite. It's all right. You just eat the lamb, and I'll be happy. Oh, yes. Finnish sauna culture is the best. I have a new video on mistakes of the sauna that came out. The closer you're ever going to get to an OnlyFans for Walter's World. DJ wants to know, what country has the best food? France always comes up very high on my list, but I will tell you, there's certain French food dishes that you're not prepared for, like andouille sausage. You think it's going to be like what you get in New Orleans? No. It's organ meat sausage, and you can tell like the vowels and stuff in it. And every time I have it, it looks amazing. I have it, but yeah. I think I'll do this. Some of my favorite food countries to go to: Brazil, because of the diversity of the food in that country with the dende oil and the meats and the fruits and everything. That's fantastic. That's one of my favorite ones. Though Chile has the best empanadas down there. If I look at Rwanda, the food in Rwanda was unbelievable. And the thing is, it's like all vegetarian, but it's not because like oh, we don't hurt the animals. It's because I'm not going to kill the cow because I use the cow's dung for fuel. I use the blood for food. I use the milk for food. I mean, so it's a very different thing. And like, there's this fantastic peanut and banana meal. Oh my God, it's so good when you're there. Actually, and then China, I love the food in China. Johnson's like, you kept getting sick. I don't care. It tasted so good. I didn't care. So that was fun. So Brian Myers, question, how far out should I buy tickets to Ireland? Is there a window where the ticket prices drop? So what I'd recommend, like go on to kayak.com or skyscanner.com, and they actually will have like a color code saying, oh, it's expensive high, or maybe you should wait. So you can actually put an alert in there when you should buy. But here's one thing is I always buy direct from the airline. So I buy direct from Delta. And if I buy my ticket and all of a sudden it drops a lot, I'm like, wait, why am I paying all this money for that ticket? I will actually like cancel the ticket and I'll get the credit back. And then I'll buy the ticket again. Then I'll have extra credit for another flight. So that's what I've done. I mean, if you don't travel a lot, it's not a good idea, but I travel all the time. So for me, it's like, look, e-credit for me is the same as cash because I'm going to travel again because I'm going to go film more videos. So something that's there. Mark Finley, guess what, Mark? I bought my ticket to Dallas. I'll see you this fall, my friend.
Hey, we got some.
Cool. There's pizzas out in the thing, but you gotta crack them up. And there's a whole bag of pizza rolls.
Food. Yeah.
Oh. Okay.
From the African police.
Oh, nice. Yeah, Kayla, we have a. Are they? Is it Tanzania? They're from
No, it's Congo.
Congo. Oh, so Kayla brought Congolese food home. So you have a nice big Congolese congregate families. Lots of families here where we live. So cool. Let's see. Tisma Harry or Tisma here. A group of us are going to Greece and Romania. Everybody's all blind. Most of us travel a lot. That's awesome. That is awesome. That is one thing I would like to know, like best places to go for people with, visual impairments and things. Because like I remember in Slovenia, they literally like all the signs around town, like they have the explanation, but they all have it in Braille as well. I was like, I was just like, that's awesome. So cool. Let's see. From Gustavo do Brazil. Hey, Mark, I'd just like to say that I love your content. Thank you very much. Me and my wife always take your tips and advice when traveling. They prove very valuable all the time. Kind regards from Brazil. Thank you, my friend. I appreciate that. So Gonzalo wants to know, this might be a dumb question. Do you have a favorite travel destination in Europe? Well, of course, I'd probably say Portugal for you. Now, for me, it really depends. Because I have such a good time everywhere I go. Like, I can go to Portugal any day of the week. I can go to England any day of the week. I can go to Italy any day of the week. I can go to France any day of the week. I mean, there's so many places I just love going. But I think now when I think about traveling, I want to go to Europe. I want to go see my friends. I got friends that live in Lithuania. I got friends that live in Germany. I got friends that live in France and Italy. So for me now, when I'm like, where do I want to go? It's like, where can I see my friends? But if you're like an introvert, I'd say the best place for an introvert is going to Finland because you can be out in nature, you can be by yourself, or you can be with 1,000 Finnish people and no one's going to talk to you. So that's kind of a fun place to go. Let's see. Oh, bye, Priscilla. Let's see. So, sorry, Frank, I'm getting you again. Best restaurant in New York. So I don't do restaurants, but I will tell you when you're walking around, I actually have, if you go to Walter's World Eats, I actually have a video on the eats of York, like specifically for York, that'll tell you a lot of different stuff to have, the pies and the stuff that's there that's famous for. But there's a thing there that you'll think it's a burrito, but it's a Yorkshire pudding wrap. And it's like a burrito in a Yorkshire pudding thing. Like you got to get one of those. It's pretty good. What's up? You'd love it, Liam.
Huh?
You'd love it.
What?
The Yorkshire pudding thing. You'd love it. Hey, it's not me 07. Good to see you. Trippy Helson, we would love to have you on our podcast. Oh, yeah, I do podcasts all the time. Just email me on Facebook or go on our thing and find just DM me. Always happy to hop on. Always happy to hop on. Vincenzo Russo. Hi, Mark. What are your favorite football, soccer clubs across the world as you have been to so many countries? So that is one thing. I do like going to games. Like I don't watch, like I played soccer when I was a kid. Like my hometown was big into soccer, so I always liked going. So I lived in Berlin. I always went to the Hertha Berlin games, but I have a buddy who's a big Borussia Dortmund fan, so we go to Borussia Dortmund and go see them play. We went to a bunch of Copos games, had another friend from there. When I lived in Lisbon, I went to a lot of Benfica games. Like if you watch my Lisbon video, like a mistake is not, or I think it was a Mistakes of Portugal one. And I sang the Benfica song is like, oh, it's a mistake not to know the true anthem of Portugal. But I think the team I've gone for the most, I've gone to the most games to, is Vicenza Calcio. They're now in the Serie C, like the third division in Italy. I was actually at the game, not this Sunday, but last Sunday. I was there. I literally went to the game. We won 3-0 in near the Swiss border, drove back, got home midnight, and then I had to get up at 3 o'clock in the morning to go to the airport in Venice to fly home on Monday. So yeah, that's the one I go to the most. I have jerseys, I have hats, I have all kinds of stuff, but Vicenza Calcio is the one. Hey, yeah. So that's my go-to one. Let's see. Addie, you're too kind. Tell my children that, please. Thank you. Let's see. All right, Mr. Armando. Hi, Mark. Hello. I'm binge watching your Italy videos. Thank you. And I just filmed. So I was in France and Italy for 3 weeks. And I just filmed 83 new videos. So there's going to be a lot more France and Italy stuff coming eventually. I filmed so much of it, I can't get myself to actually type it up to get it ready for the editors, but it'll be coming. It'll be coming. Anyway, so I'm taking my wife and my mother and wife to Rome and Assisi. Nice. Any other city recommend on a week stay is my mom's first trip to Europe. Okay, so if you've only got a week, You could, I mean, you could have to head up to Florence for a night when you're there, but you have to pre-book the Accademia and the Uffizi Museum. You got to pre-book those, so you know, and they're time tickets when you go in to make things easier. I don't know when you're going to go, but if you're going off season, it's not bad. If you go high season, it can be a bit crazy. And be careful because the pickpockets will go after your mom and your grandma. Like they'll go after you, like no doubt, like with those things. So do be aware of that. So have a heads up for that one. Okay, but that's when it's like about a 2-hour train ride away. It's not too bad. And you can buy, and if you buy your tickets early, it's actually cheaper to go first class than if you buy the tickets as second class the day of, and you have your seats assigned, so you'll be good to go. Let's see, Bruno. I told you about the other place to go in the Czech Republic. Chesky Krumlov and Pilsen are two good ones to go to. Shaggy Lazo. Hey, Walter. Greetings from Nicaragua. Nika, love it. Any plans to come back soon? I won't be back soon, but we don't want to get back. Jocelyn was harping me again, like, I want to move back because she's in Costa Rica right now. She's like, we flew over Nicaragua. She sent me pictures above Nicaragua. We flew over. Mom, you got to. She's like sending me pictures. We got to move. We got to get a place there. So she's all for it. I know that. So, but I'd like to go back. We had a good time when we were there. Brian, it's a good question. Should you book your hotels immediately after you book your plane tickets? You don't have to. But it depends. Like if you're going to be like backpacking Europe kind of things, you want to be a little bit more free. What I usually recommend to people, always book your first and last hotels, because the first hotels, when you get in, you don't have to worry about where we're going to stay, what am I going to do. And at the end, it's already set up so you can figure out how you're going to get to the airport to fly home. Those are ones I always book first. So I have that out of the way. Then I kind of, because my itinerary sometimes can go a little bit weird, so sometimes I'll say things, but I usually have them booked relatively soon, not right away. Like my mom we got tickets. We're taking my parents to Germany and France for a bit this year. And we got the tickets. And my mom's like, oh, right away. I'm like, Mom, excuse me, calm down. Let's do some research first. Okay. Like figure out what we want, where you want to stay. My dad he's not as mobile as he used to be. So we got to think about these things and, so we had to do a bit more research. So I don't always do it right away, but I would not wait until the last minute for stuff. Okay. Let's see. Trippy pizza rolls. OMG. Dude, Totino's pizza rolls. How do you get through college without them? Yeah, Ronnie, I'm going to be down at Vid Summit next year. So I'm going to be in town for a few days. So hopefully we can all get together again like we did a few years ago. Let's see. Yes, Buc-ee's. And this is before Buc-ee's was popular. We used to go down there and see that. Let's see. Tyler, hey, Mark. Did I not post it? Hi, Mark. I'm flying Delta United American in the span of 2 months. Cool. Other than this one time, I only fly every few years. Are there any rewards we're signed up for? Would they expire? So what I would do is I would definitely sign up for all of their airline programs. So you get hey, Caleb, can you see if the front door is open?
Open? Yeah.
Yeah, because I don't think it's closed because I'm just cold in here now. Because here's one of the things. If you're one of the members, like a Delta member or United member, you're not going to get kicked off the plane first. They're going to kick out the people that are not members. And I'm not saying you have to be a high-level member, just that you're a member. You're less likely to get the one that, we have to have 10 people get off the plane. Yeah, they're the people that are members are not the ones that are going to get kicked off first. It's going to be people that aren't. Okay, so that's one of the things that's there. And you never know. Sometimes you might get a benefit because, you just signed up. Maybe you get a upgrade, or maybe you get a free bag or something. So something to work at, okay? Michael, traveling the world. Anything on the Venice fee? I don't have to pay as I'm in a hotel, but I'm on one of the days I have to pay. Any updates? The website is down. Okay, so those who don't know, Venice now charges a day trip tax when you come in. If you're staying at a hotel, it's already charged in your hotel bill, so you don't have to worry about it. However, it is not every day, and it's only certain times of the year, it's only certain times of the week, and certain days of the week. So you have to see if you're one of those days, and they are expanding it this year. However, it doesn't usually start till April, so you're pretty much okay right now. The summer, you will need to check out what it is there. And it's only if you're going to be a day tripper. So if you're staying in Vicenza and you're going to Venice for the day, or you're going on a cruise and you're going in for a day, like these kind of things, they'll be there. It is pretty straightforward. You can do it online, and the thing is, they might not ask you, or someone may ask you. You don't have proof. you can get fined for that. So do be aware of it. But I was in Venice Friday, not this Friday, Friday before. Not last 2 weeks ago I was there, and I tried to find out. I said there was no information at the train station about it, but I know it's coming back later in the spring. So, Mark, have you been to a football match in England or European in general? I went to England, it was amazing. Yeah, Spain, Portugal, Denmark, Germany, Lithuania, Italy. So I've gone to a lot of them. And that's one thing is like, if ever you're traveling, like try to go to a game. And it doesn't have to be like, it's like when you go to the US, you don't have to go to a Major League Baseball game. You can go to the local like college game, or you can go to like a AA game. It's still a fun experience to kind of see what's going on. And like, that's why I like going to the soccer matches. And the thing is, you go to the US, it's like an event. You go eat, do all kinds of stuff. You go to a soccer match in Europe. No, you go watch a soccer match. Like I was getting my beer through a window like this big. They were like handing it through one at a time at the place we were. So fun times. Phantom of Darkness. I personally love traveling during the autumn, going to Italy and staying in Vicenza for the first time, October 21st. Oh, nice. Very nice. You might see Jocelyn. I think she's there. No, she's there before that. Yeah, that's one thing is for people that don't have kids, so you can travel when you want, the fall is a great time to visit Europe. Significantly cheaper. Like, I mean, we're talking like a third of the price for tickets sometimes in October versus other times. Think about, so that's pretty cool. Travel Fee 2019. Good to see you again. Thank you for the super chat. Best African countries for solo traveler on a budget. Rwanda was cool, but people are scared to go there, but you don't need to be. But it's a great country to go to. But going on the tours can be a little pricey. So maybe it's not the budget one. Probably Morocco, Tunisia, North Africa is pretty, like if you're looking for Africa kind of stuff, that'd be one there. I know some people said, but you are truly the best travel channel. Oh, thank you. I try to grow up whenever I can. Thanks, buddy. I appreciate it, man. Nick, thank you very much for the sticker. I appreciate it, my friend. Thank you for the super sticker. My favorite breakfast I ever had. I don't know. I would think about that one. I will say, people make fun of the American cuisine, but American breakfast. You get a good American breakfast. It's hard to go wrong. Sometimes you can't go wrong with something simple like salmon and eggs in Scotland, which is just like great scrambled eggs with smoked salmon. That's pretty good. So, and also, how many languages you speak passably or even less than passably? So, English, I can do that. If I would say like where I feel comfortable working in the language, if I went there for 2 weeks to practice and get my language skills up again, because I live in the U.S., so I don't get a lot of chances to speak Portuguese and Italian and German, but like I would feel comfortable like English, Spanish, Portuguese, German, Italian would be the lowest in those. And then I don't feel bad being a tourist in like French and Lithuanian. So I lived a lot of places and I tried to learn language when I was there. Corin, all the same advice for Paris in February for the rest of the year, but I would say you want to have layers and you want to make sure the jacket is actually waterproof, not just like water resistant, because rain, it's more rain than snow. So you have that. Guest username. Check my super chat above. Okay, I'm looking. James. Oh, okay. James has one. Sorry. James, sorry about missing your super chat here. What about Albania, the Albanian Riviera? Have you been there? Any areas we should prioritize over others? Think of the May or September. Well, I'm going to be there this summer. So I'll be filming there in summer, so I won't be able to help you for May, but I can help you for for September, because we're going to be there probably June, July. We will be there. I have not been there yet, James, so I can't give you anything. And I don't like giving advice unless I've been there, so I'm sorry. But I will be going there. Like, it's worth going to. And there's a lot of new content coming from there. From a lot of people, because it's kind of like a buzz place, because people aren't going there, so there it is. There's like a new buzz place. So guest username. I don't know this. So what you all see scrolling by is different what I see, and my thing keeps jumping around because I was stuck on the same 3 questions for like 5 minutes, and now I'm in the middle of it. So I'm sorry. Hey, Mark, staying in Rome late May. Any suggestions for 3 days within a few hours after we conquer Rome? Aha! Not a huge city. People thinking Sardinia. Okay, Sardinia, yes, you will definitely be, and not like Italy kind of stuff. Actually, the food in Sardinia is more like Portuguese food. So you're going to have some cod. You're going to have some stuff when you're there. It is definitely very, very different, okay? In late May, there's not going to be other tourists there, so be careful when you're looking at how to get there in terms of the flights or the ferries you're going to go, because it's going to be less than if you're in high season. So do be aware of that. But if you're going to go for 3 days, look at going down to Bari, Alberobello, Matera, and Pugliano Mare. I love that place. It's a Puglia. Like, if you got the boot of Italy, it's in the heel. Okay, check that one. That's where I'd recommend it, because it doesn't have the crowds like Amalfi Coast yet, especially because late May, all the Americans, all the international tourists are already filled up Amalfi Coast, and the Apulia Coast gets filled up with Italians in July and August. So you'd be okay there. So thank you for telling me about that. I'm sorry I missed it, because these things, I feel bad. I'm trying to answer. I'm sorry. So I hope that helps, my friend. Okay. Helms Deep. Hi again. I'm looking to go to DC end of March. Any advice for DC? Possibly cherry trees. So Trip Hacks DC. My buddy Rob, he's a guide there, and he has tons of videos for everything. Like every month, everything you want to do, he's going to have tons of stuff that's going to help you out. Like I would go to his channel. I have a don'ts and eats and some like mistakes of DC videos that are going to be helpful for you too. But if you want really specific stuff, it's Trip Hacks DC. He'll be able to help you. Rob's a great guy too. And if you want to do a tour with him, he does some really fun tours too. So, Joseph Marquez. I'm going to Ireland in May. Just bought the ticket. Congratulations. That's awesome. Let's see. Hey, Dan Ramirez. Hey, Mark. I'm going to France with my mom this summer, and I'm curious what would be the top things to see in Paris, and do most things need a reservation ahead of time? If you're going in the summer, if you can pre-book a ticket, I would recommend doing that, especially if you're going with your mom, just to save yourself the hassle and the heat and stuff. Must-sees, you do not need to go up the Eiffel Tower. Okay, you can go to the park underneath it and see it there. What I recommend, if you don't want to go up it, you can actually do a boat tour along the Seine, which is actually a nice thing to do. It's like a hop on, hop off bus. I love doing it. And your mom, I take my dad, every time I go to Paris with my dad, we go on that. And my mom, they like it because it's like they get to relax. They're out of the heat. They can see the sights they go by. You could do that. But museum-wise, the two ones you have to see, the Louvre and the Musée d'Orsay. Those are two things to see. Notre Dame is open again. I was just there. It's cool. It's open again. You can do that. There's a line to go into it because it's just opened up. But that's like something to go see for sure. And then what else? I think eating, going with your mom and eating like lunch or a snack or sitting at a cafe, having dinner with her, because there's longer meals. That's going to be a good time for you to bond with your mom. Like I would recommend that. That's what I'm doing with my mom when we go to Paris. So David, hey, in Chicago, good to see you. Joe O'Connor, would you recommend a year-long world trip? I would do it. Heck yeah. If you can do it, go for it. Heck yeah. I will say this. This is one thing I think people need to realize, though. When people talk about, like, I'm going to move abroad, I'm going to live abroad, I'm going to go travel the world forever, you'll notice people get burned out on it sometimes. And that's why I tell people, it's like, yeah, if you're going to go on a long trip, make sure you plan out some do-nothing time. It's like, when you got little kids, you got to have that do-nothing day. Oh, we're just going to sit and watch movies. We're going to stay in the hotel. We're going to stay. You got to have that to, like, recharge, because seeing church, museum thing, it gets blurry. I actually have a video coming out about the psychological and mental and psychological and physical impacts that travel has on American minds, but for travelers' minds. And it'll talk about that kind of like blur you get. And if you're going to travel that long, it can wear on you mentally and physically. So you want to be careful of that. So it's really good to kind of get things as much prepared beforehand as possible when you're going to go. So that would be some things I'd really kind of think about before you do it. Excuse me. Let's see. Oh, you're on the Lido deck now? Okay, good. Hey, Mario. Country my parents have been that I haven't been to. I think they were in Trinidad and Tobago and the Bahamas. Those are two places they've been. I haven't been. Oh, and my dad, he used to work in Korea. I've not been there. But my mom hasn't. She's still pissed that he never took us when we were there, when he worked there. So. Love your videos, brother. Me and my wife watched them. Our favorite was your do's and don'ts of Lambo. Yeah, that was a fun one. I did one at a Bears game but I was so drunk. It was so bad. I put it on Walter's World Shorts. I put it on the other one, like the other side channels because it was so bad. The Lambo, we had a great time. So one of our friends, their son-in-law plays in the NFL, and he plays for the Washington team. And so he was playing up there, and so we went and watched him play up there. It was a good time. Thank you, Nora. I appreciate the super sticker. I know it doesn't show up on here, but thank you. I appreciate it. Gonzalo, hey, Mark. Sorry to be spamming your chat. It's okay. I understand. We're going to Denmark and Sweden soon, and we're planning to go from Copenhagen to Stockholm by train. Would you say it's affordable? Yeah, I've taken that train before. Sometimes the train doesn't go all the way, but you can do it. Book it beforehand because it is a discount for booking early. I recommend that, my friend. History Undergrad, what's up, brother? It's been a while. Dang, been a while since I've been able to catch a live stream. Appreciate your work. It's been a big help to me. How dumb would it be for me to plan a trip to Japan in summer in regards to crowds? So here's the thing. Japan never was really super bad with crowds, but since the yen is so weak versus the dollar now, it's become such a really popular place. But it's still great. And the Japanese, they're so efficient. I mean, they're already used to crowds. So you're not going to be alone anytime anyway when you're there. But I would definitely go. And dude, I can't wait to see the videos you make there, man. All right, if you're only going to go for vacation, I'm sure you'll force yourself to make something to be awesome to see. But great to see you, man. Keep up the good work, man. Yeah, I love seeing like old friends pop up on here and saying hi. You know, it's like great to see some of these again. Thank you. And Marielle, Nora, Mark. Sadly, I have not been to New Zealand. That's one of the places we're going to go. Our Italian friends. We're actually talking about doing a 6-week. Just renting a RV and going through New Zealand. So we've got that coming up. Hold on, see if this is Jocelyn writing me because she called and I didn't want to interrupt her when she was there on a live. Snookums. Make sure you put the pet name in. Otherwise you get in trouble. If you know, you know. Let's see. So I can tell Jocelyn's having a good time with her friend Sandra in Costa Rica because they're sending me stuff like, hey, can we go study Spanish in Colombia? I'm like, sure, go ahead. Hey, what about the Kentucky Derby? I'm like, whatever. Fun times. Henry, thank you very much for another super chat, my friend. I appreciate it. It's so cool. Jocelyn's in Costa Rica. Yeah, she's down there with some friends. Hey, would you guys ever buy land such as travel YouTubers Kristen Sierra, Ryan, Luis? They bought land in Alegria Village. Do you watch them too? So Kristen, I used to watch Kristen a long time ago. Ryan Luis years and years ago. I haven't watched him for a while now. So I wouldn't buy land. I'd buy like a house or an apartment kind of thing. Like I'm not going to renovate a thing. Jocelyn would. Jocelyn actually, because honestly, I could see us maybe getting something like Vicenza, Italy. So we have so many friends there. We have such a history there. Josh was looking at a place to like move to and renovate it. Like we'd renovate to move into to live in. But I don't think I'd have a compound kind of thing. So there's that. Also, don't forget Sam and Audrey. They're redoing a thing in Argentina where Dad's from. So there's a lot of people doing those things. I'm not that. I have enough stuff. I have 2 kids and a full-time job and YouTube and trying to travel. I'm gonna have to do those things. Let's see. Rosarina, hey, thank you so much for your amazing videos. Thank you. Every time I need to travel, I consult your videos. So in April, I'm traveling to Dubai with my 10-year-old son, my parents. Any tips? I have not been to Dubai, so I cannot give you any specific tips for it. So do be aware. So that's why it's hard for me to give advice from places I haven't been. So I have friends that have gone there. It definitely, well, my friends have gone, they're like, Dubai is really cool, but it's all new. If you want like feeling like you're in an old world, but they talk about Oman is a really great place to go to see like kind of older world, like older Middle East kind of buildings. Though they're new, but it still has the cultural vibe to it. Whereas Dubai and United Arab Emirates are like the glass and steel. These are more traditional. So Oman's another place you might want to check out too. You're welcome, guest user. Well, how am I getting these things so weird? Like this thing is just jumping around because I think we talked a while ago. How many times have I been to Pennsylvania? Well, quite a few. I used to drive through quite often back in the day. But I will say, going through, sadly enough, for all the times I've gone, I've actually never gone to the Hershey Park. like the Hershey, the amusement park. I've never gone there. I've driven by it so many times. I'm like, Mom, Dad, can we stop there? No, we're going someplace else. Grandpa, can we stop there? No, we got to get to New Hampshire, Maine. I'm like, oh. So there is that. But I will tell you, driving through Pennsylvania with all the hills and stuff, man, that is like I saw some crazy driving when I was there. Wowsville, Paris in the spring. Heck yeah, you're going to love it. You're going to love it. Pepper, after watching your videos, we chose to go to Austria for 2 weeks. Absolutely magical. Thank you for all you do. Thank you, Pepper. Yeah, Austria is a fun time. I actually teach there in Vienna occasionally. Probably need to go back there in a couple of summers to teach again. So some good times. Alex, so what do you think of San Sebastian, Bilbao, Spain? I'm thinking about including that on my next Spain trip. Worth it. Do it. Not a lot of tourists go there. I will say the pinchos, like there's tapas in Spain, but pinchos, they have like these little things, like all this different stuff on top of little pieces of bread. That's what you want to get when you're there. That's really good. But the meat up there as well, very good. So you will eat definitely very different thing there than you will in other parts of Spain. And the culture that's there, the beaches are there. You have a good time. So have fun, my friend. Let's see. Okay. Sorry. I need to get a drink. Thanks, Chizzy Z. I appreciate it. Hello, hello. Simon, have you ever visited places where your ancestors are from? Yes. So it started with my mom. My mom's super into genealogy now. Like people get when they get older, genealogy is her thing. She's actually in Salt Lake. She's going to Salt Lake City to go to the genealogy stuff there because they're really good. Like, Mom, that's already online. I got to go there. Okay. But we've gone to Scotland a few times. So Strasbourg and Colmar, France, we went to the churches that our families went to. Back, she did the research, found the church they went to. Didn't meet the cousins, though. When we were in Scotland, we've gone and see like the tombs. We've seen that. We've seen the gravestones up in the Shetland Islands. So we've gone to quite a few people, and it can be a really cool experience. And I actually tell people, like, if you're looking for your first trip abroad, like if you're from the U.S., why not look into where your family's from? Because it can be a really good experience, especially a family thing. It can be a really good experience to do those things. James, that is an amazing trip. Leaving a couple months on the trip of a lifetime. Krakow, Budapest, Ljubljana, Milan, Munich, Salzburg. I'll have layover in Reykjavik. Can't wait. Dude, that's awesome trip. You're going to have a good time. Monica, I have not been. Actually, when I was in Florence, I was talking to a girl from Iraq, and she's sending me some recommendations there because eventually we will get to Iraq. There's too much history there not to see, but we will get there. Ink Panification, thank you very much for the super chat. Hey, have you thought about visiting the Balkans? So we have done some of the Balkans, but we are going back for a whole month or 6 weeks. Well, 4 weeks in the Balkans and then 6 weeks in total. We're going to be down in that part of Europe this summer. So we'll be having videos from Albania, North Macedonia, Kosovo, Serbia, Bosnia, Romania, Bulgaria. No, that's not there, but down there. And I already have a bunch of stuff from Slovenia and Croatia. So we're going to have new stuff coming from there. So expect a lot of those coming out in the fall and next winter because we'll be there in the summer filming. So getting those there. Brian Myers, love your video on Columbus, Ohio. I'm glad. Go Pucks. I'm an Illini, so it's hard for me to say that, but they did good this year. They did good this year. Let's see. When we plan to visit Australia, it won't be for a while because that's one I want to go like in our winter, like Christmas time there. And it's, our parents are older, so we're trying to we want to spend holidays with them. So we're trying to figure things out because this holiday, we're going to do Southeast Asia. It could be the next, because the next summer, then I think we would like to go to Antarctica. So we're looking at a few years down for that. However, I might go on my own in January next year because I have a window of time that I can go. So I might go by myself, but I want to take the family down there. I mean, I was exchange student there back in the day in Temora, New South Wales, outside of Wagga. So there's that. Oh, look who's on. Hi, baby. I love you. I think she's been drinking, folks. I think she's been drinking. David, have I ever gone someplace since sheer coincidence a major news event happened? During Shining Path in Peru in the 90s, not in a good way, when the tanks came rolling around the corner and we all ran. That was a little scary. But otherwise, thank goodness, not too many other major events. Later, Gonzalo. Let's see. Shameless still. Can you easily get around Austria if you just speak English? Yes, you'll be fine. They know. They you'll be fine. You'll be fine. Say danke and grüß. Like when you go into a store, say grüß Gott. They'll be happy, and then you can speak English. You'll be fine. So you have that. Yeah, Helm's Deep. Yeah, beautiful. Austria is beautiful. Innsbruck is one. If you go to Innsbruck in the summer, but in the winter, Innsbruck is great. We love going there. It's for that. Let's see. Tim, Oktoberfest or Christmas markets? I would do Christmas markets, Tim. Oktoberfest is fun for like a day. Then it gets a bit much with the alcohol and the craziness. Whereas the Christmas markets, you kind of enjoy and go all over the country and enjoy it. So I would do that. Yes, darling, I know the feed jumps, but oh my gosh, I miss you. Aw, Costa been next to this. Oh, see, she missed me so much because the alcohol. Andrew Hemming, I'm touring the Netherlands in September. You have fun. Don't expect any tulips, just so you know. Paul D, I got plenty of New Orleans videos that can help you out. The Super Bowl stuff that's there, the same things, because they're used to having all the parties and stuff. Like Super Bowl is just another day. You know, let the good times roll when you're down there. You have a good time. But the charred oysters, you want to get the grilled charred oysters. That's the best. That's the best. Let's see. It's jumping around on me again. I'm sorry, people. I have an old, this computer, like if the plug falls out, I can't read anything. So I'm like trying to keep that from falling out and keeping these things going. Ronnie, I have a great friend that was from Laga. Small world, small world. Jim and Harriet, thank you very much. Missed the early part of the live stream. Any news and travel? Hope you and Jocelyn or the kids are doing okay. We're doing good. News-wise, just the bad news with the flights, like the thing in DC and then the private plane and those things. We talked about the ETA and ETIS systems coming online later in the year. Where ETSA's already on, but things to think about with that. But that won't be for that won't be for a while. Trip B has the quote of the day: "Charred oysters, the pizza rolls of the sea." So there is that. Judy, staying with the family this summer in Celle, Germany, saving a ton of money. Nice, that'll be fun. That'll be fun. Yeah, no, it's a fun time trying to plan out your travels, and if you can stay with families, you can stay with locals. Yeah, that's one thing you need to realize. There are certain places you can go where you can do homestays, and it gives you a chance to like meet some locals. And a lot of those, some of them do it because they do it for the money. I've stayed at some they did it just for the money, but I also stayed at other ones where they wanted to get to know you and meet you. Like when I was in Argentina, I had one family, they were all for the money, and another family I stayed with, they were like every day, like, come eat, let's talk. And we just talked about the U.S., we talked about Argentina, we talked about history. It was really good, but I really got to understand the people way better that way. And if you're looking for like homestay kind of stuff, one thing I'd recommend is do a language course. You can go to Italy and do a language course. You can go to Brazil and do a Portuguese course. You can go to Nicaragua. You can go to Spain and do a Spanish course. Germany, do German courses. And some of those will have options to help you find a place to stay. And you can stay at a hotel. You can stay in an apartment. But some do have the homestay option to give you that chance to practice the language when you are there. And that could be a really helpful thing. And that's one thing I really enjoy. Like I did that in Brazil, Argentina. I've done that in Italy. It's just a really great way to kind of practice language, learn language, but also learn the culture when you're there so you can get that chance. Anyway, my kid keeps having more and more people come in my house, and I don't know what's going on. So I need to probably go lay down the law downstairs to make sure everything's copacetic because, they're 18 and, boys and girls and whatever. They brought food from the Congolese restaurant, so they're all eating that down there. So I'm like, great. Just, do you want some plates, maybe, so you don't like on the floor, like ruin the carpet or anything? But we'll see how it goes. Anyway, thank you everyone for hopping on. I really appreciate it. Lily has a question here. I'll get through this. Do you find the number of travelers grew over time, or is it just the same as it was 10 years ago? No, I can tell it's a lot more travelers in Europe when I go around, or it's more people. Well, it's like this. During the peak season, there's more peaky, it's more smushed together in the like really popular destinations. If you go to places that aren't as popular, like you literally are, it's like you were back in the 90s doing stuff. And if you go like in January, February, you go in September, October, like you can have the, like not the crowds. And that's the thing. It's like you can avoid that June, July, August window or that Christmas week. between there, that can really make a difference. Anyway, I wish you all the best. Thank you, everybody, for hopping on. Just want to hop on for a bit and wish you all a fantastic end of January. And I hope you all were good and stayed at the gym and ate healthy and all those things, because tomorrow's February. So you can go back to drinking and frolicking and eating unhealthy food. Anyway, yeah, Nora, don't miss having teenagers. I hear you. Anyway, love y'all. Thank you for being here. Jocelyn, be good, baby. Love you. Safe travels. And you all have a good night. Bye.